You don't believe me. My God, I am telling you, the rapist was here. He attacked me again. You have to believe me, Luis.
Fancy, I'm sorry that you're so upset. You've had a terrible trauma. It is only natural for your imagination.
No, it wasn't my imagination. The man was here. He was wearing that horrible ski mask, and his voice was evil and raspy.
I'll punish you for that. You don't need to hurt you like last time.
Let me go! I fought back, Luis, and I ripped a button off his shirt. You have to believe me.
I believe you.
Thank goodness. I don't know what I'd do if you didn't. I mean, don't lie, Luis. You don't believe me? You think I was just drinking wine and taking sleeping pills and I imagined the whole thing?
Fancy, if you didn't drink this wine, then who did?
Fancy, you were taking sedatives. You lost track of how many glasses of wine you had. It could happen to anyone.
No, it didn't happen, not to me. And even if I'd been dead drunk, I'd know whether I was attacked or not. Luis, do you really think I'd make this up? The man who raped me was here. He attacked me again.
Well, I just don't understand how it could have been. Fancy, only friends and family have been invited to the wedding. The security is airtight. The household servants are trustworthy. Caterers and wait staff have passed rigid security interviews.
I don't know how he got by the guards, but he did. Sheridan, what are you doing?
Just putting your prescription away, unless you feel like you need something right now.
She's just trying to help, Fancy.
Luis, he was here. Why don't you believe me?
I believe that you believe that he was here.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means I think that you had a nightmare brought on by this traumatic experience, the wine and these pills.
It wasn't a dream. We struggled.
Look, there's no sign of a struggle, Fancy. And you even said you tore a button off his shirt. You searched for it and you didn't find it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where it could be. Maybe he picked it up when he heard you coming and ran off.
I highly doubt the attacker would take the time to search for a tiny little button if he was running away.
Then maybe you took it.
What?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, where is it?
Come on.
What have you done with it?
Fancy, what are you doing? Now, come on. Think about it. If Sheridan had found a button, she wouldn't keep it from us.
All right. You know what? I didn't want to tell you this, but Sheridan's trying to undermine our relationship.
What?
Yeah, it's true. At the hospital, she thought I was asleep, and she was whispering to me, telling me that we were wrong for each other and that we would never make it together. She's trying to keep us apart, Luis. You can't trust her. You can't. It's true, Luis. Sheridan doesn't want us to be together, so she's trying to sabotage our relationship.
Fancy, I just don't know how to respond to that.
Sheridan loves you. She would never try and hurt you.
Yeah, that's what she wants you to think, but I know better.
Well, where's all this coming from? All she's ever done is try and help you.
Yes, Fancy, I love you.
Liar! You hypocrite!
Fancy, you are my niece. I know that you care about Luis, and I would never do anything to ruin that.
Luis, she is lying. She can't stand to see us together because she still wants you.
No, see, I don't believe that. She's with Chris. She's happy with him.
Of course I am. Look, sweetie, you've been through a terrible experience. Rape is one of the most traumatic experiences a woman can go through, and I think you are suffering from some sort of post-traumatic stress.
Oh, don't give me this garbage. Luis, I need you to believe me. Sheridan is lying. She's trying to come between us. I swear it. Please believe me. Please. You have to believe me.
No. I'm sorry. I just can't believe that Sheridan would do something so underhanded. You must have been dreaming.
No, I wasn't dreaming. She thought I was asleep, but I wasn't. You should have been there, Luis. You should have heard her.
I know you're going to be all right, Fancy. I'm sure of it, sweetheart. We are going to be so close. Even better friends than we were before. But there's just something that you need to understand. Luis is not the man for you. And I really don't think that you love him. Fancy, I never said anything to undermine your relationship with Luis. And I'm sorry you think I would do something so despicable.
You have to believe me, Luis. Please, I'm begging you to believe me.
There's no need to thank me for caring for my own niece. I would do anything for her during this terrible time.
I'm sorry. I don't know, maybe it's the wine or the medication that's making you have these terrible thoughts. I just don't believe that Sheridan would do something so underhanded. It's not in her nature to be cruel.
Oh, my God. She's getting exactly what she wants. You believe her. You're taking Sheridan's side against me. I can't believe you're doing this. You say you love me, but you're taking Sheridan's side against me. I mean, how can you do this?
Fancy, I do love you. And Sheridan loves you. I just don't think that she's doing anything to come between us.
I'm not.
You're lying. And Luis is buying into your lies. I don't get it.
Fancy. Look at the label right here on the bottle. It says, do not take with alcohol. It will cause hallucinations.
I had a few sips of wine, Luis. I didn't drink the whole bottle.
Okay, well, maybe a few sips of wine is all it took for you to have a nightmare.
No, I didn't dream it. It was real. He was here. That bastard who raped me was here.
Honey, it must have been horrible to think that it was really happening.
It happened!
You know what? I want you to get some rest and to calm down, okay?
No, I wasn't sleeping, okay?
Okay. Then just get some rest, okay? I will stay with you this time. I won't go anywhere.
No. No, if you believe Sheridan, then I don't want you here.
You don't mean that.
Yeah, I mean it. Just get out. Get out and take her with you. Get out. I don't want you here.
Fancy, honey, please, just try and calm down.
No, I
okay?
won't
Just
calm down. You're supposed to love me. You're supposed to believe in me. I tell you I was attacked and you treat me like a child having a bad dream? And it's all her fault. Sheridan's the reason you don't believe me.
That is not true.
Oh, it is so true. You have made it very clear that you would do whatever it took to keep me and Luis apart, and you're doing it. So good for you. You have won. Now get the hell away from me. Get out!
All right, you know what? I can tell that you're upset, so I'm going to go. If you need anything, I will be right outside, okay?
No, I won't need you. Just go. I mean, what good would it do me anyway? So to just don't be hanging around out there. Just get out. Go. Leave me alone. Go. I didn't dream it, Luis. The man who raped me was here. He was.
I feel terrible. I wish there was some way I could convince her that she's safe now, that her nightmares can't hurt her.
You did everything you could. Don't worry. She'll calm down and eventually realize that she was just dreaming. And she'll get over being mad at you.
Yeah. I hope so.
I know so.
Maybe I should have just lied and said that I believed her. Well, at least then she would have calmed down.
Luis, you're a police officer, and pretty soon Fancy will be one too. She should know that you need some sort of evidence in order to believe her.
But she was so convinced that the rapist had been there. If there had been one shred of evidence, just one, I would have believed her.
Well, there wasn't any. None whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's really no use in hanging out here, considering the mood she's in, huh?
No, there really isn't. She just needs to cool off and hopefully fall asleep.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she won't have another one of those nightmares.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go downstairs and check on the status of the wedding. You coming?
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. Oh, and, sorry that Fancy took her frustrations out on you like that. You didn't deserve it.
Thank you.
Okay.
I tore the button off his shirt, Louise. It's gotta be here.
Well, if it's here, we'll find it. It's probably under the bed.